True. Most capable, yeah. Well, we're not gonna get any callers. How about this guy, dude?
Is the current DNC chair, Ken Martin, fellow Minnesotan, used you as an example in saying the party is a big tent. It can welcome people from different ideological, geographic perspectives. I think he used the example of you couldn't win a race in Ilhan Omar's district and she couldn't win a race in yours. Is there room for you and Mamdani in the Democratic Party?
You know, I think it's a fine question. I think it's one that many Republicans have been asking about whether there's room for traditional conservatives in a.
Bro, I'm not talking to traditional conservatives anymore, bro. If you are not voting Democrat at this point, you are not a real conservative. You're not gonna vote Democrat ever. If the current Trump admin does not make you become a Democrat or at least vote for them, I'm not gonna pander to
Party
you.
now led by MAGA Republicans like Donald Trump. The answer ultimately, I think, is no. You know, we do share many of the same values.
Mamdani
in fact, most
cannot be in the
Americans
party.
share a lot of the same values. But as a political party, yes, you want diversity. You want some differences of opinion, perspective, life story, politics, and experience. But when you have socialists in the Democratic Party.
George Orwell was a democratic socialist. Albert Einstein was a democratic socialist. It's just so crazy that you can just say the word socialist. You imagine like someone who's famous who was a U.S. representative can't be so stupid to like talk like this, but they might be. They might be.
I don't know how anybody could argue that that would be beneficial for the party or for the country. Therein lies the great challenge. Same thing on the right, Omar. Is MAGA the future of the Republican Party? If it
Same
is,
thing on the right. Both
there is
sides
going
it.
to be a new, grand, successful third party in America.
This guy's so stupid, dude. Oh, he's getting paid by Elon or something, dude. This guy is literally a piece of garbage. Holy crap, he's so dumb.
They want decency, they want common sense, competency, and cooperation. And no party right now is elevating candidates who represent those ideals.
Oh, he's a very Let's have a Mecca Hitler grok party with Elon Musk, guys. That's what we need. That's what we need, dude. Thank goodness we have a real leader to help us out. Dean Phillips. Wow. That's an AI bot. Someone said, "Hello, chat room participants. Hello, chat room participants. Welcome to my stream." Crazy. Okay, guys, I made a new stream. Go to the new stream. Hopefully, we can get some callers. I will go to the new stream. I made a new one on my channel. Go over there. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. I have another stream up on my channel. I'm going to that one. See you there. See you there. See you there. See you there. Stalin was a menace. Okay, see you at the other stream. Go there.
Call from.
Hello.
Yes. How you doing, big guy?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing great. I talked to you, I guess last year or something.
Last year.
Summer.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you know, whenever it was, and I wasn't prepared. I'm a retired HVAC mechanic, and it's just something I needed to get off my chest right away. Is that you say those tents are hot, they're unlivable. Those units that they have are almost 1 million BTUs, and I've installed them, and you can make those tents 50 degrees if you want to, and that's no lie. Yeah, they have little cracks around them, and you get mosquitoes in there. And just like see the stuff they quote, and you'll believe it. Their mosquitoes are as big as elephants. I mean, yeah, okay. And yeah, the food's horrible. I don't know anybody that's been to prison that's liked the food. So, I mean, you're in prison. You're not going to be treated great. I mean, come on. You know,
The issue is like
it's called common sense.
we just know that the food was like there's people sent to the hospital. The food was in terrible conditions. It's not just the food not being good. The AC systems keep on breaking and shutting down and getting overheated. And these huge ass bugs are getting in there and swarming people, and like the purpose of this camp being in the location it is only to be brutal towards immigrants. They did not need to. I mean, it's expensive to build a camp here. It's all for show. That's why they're selling merch for it. And selling merch for something like this is insane. I think that should be too far for any American.
Well, that's just it too. You say that the MAGA people. I don't consider myself MAGA. Of course, I would like to make America great again. I mean, I've been around a long time. I'm retired. I'm 71 years old, and I've seen politics be great. I've seen it be awful. Matter of fact, I kind of liked Obama. I mean, he deported almost 3 million people, and you know why he didn't have a hard time? Because local and state and federal governments cooperated. You know, these guys are professionals that go in there. I'm not saying they're all perfect, and yeah, I guess they do grab a wrong person once in a while.
It's happening a lot, man. It's happening a lot.
Well, you know what? Not because I'm a Trump lover. I don't love Trump. I like a lot of his. I mean, he's common sense. I mean, these people.
He's one of the dumbest
here,
people in the world. He has said nothing common sense whatsoever.
Well, to be honest with you, you're not real bright either. I mean, you like that last guy that was on, the way he says you pivot, man. You pivoted. You made me.
You're pivoting right now. You're pivoting right now.
Well, I'm not allowed.
Okay, who pays tariffs? Who pays tariffs? American citizens or other countries?
Look, we've always paid tariffs.
Who pays tariffs? American citizens or other countries?
Both.
Who pays tariffs?
Well,
countries?
The problem,
how would another country pay tariffs?
The problem was other countries weren't paying tariffs.
Wait, so other countries need to tariff their own people? Wait. Other do you think if Trump puts a tariff on Canada, who pays that tariff?
Well, eventually, I guess we do.
Oh, thank you. You did
it.
You passed the first test.
But it does get absorbed other places. You're stimulating other areas too. You got to look at all the angles. You just see the trouble with both Democrats and Republicans is we're just so damn one-sided. My wife's a Democrat. You know what? We've been married 52 years, and it's been hell since Trump's been around.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. He's a bad person.
Well, nobody's perfect.
No, he's covering up like Jeffrey Epstein right now. He's a bad person. He's cutting taxes for the wealthy and cutting healthcare from people, from American citizens. He's a bad person.
Yeah.
And real industrial policy, if you want to call me dumb. So what Trump should be doing, if he wants to use tariffs, you can use some level of tariffs that are actually consistent, have Congress pass a law, do like 10% or 15%. Use the revenue from tariffs to stimulate our economy on the supply side for domestic manufacturers if you want that to be the goal. So you can have an actual manufacturing policy and have an industrial policy in America, but Trump is a literal buffoon. He is a brain-dead moron who doesn't understand any of that. And I do understand this stuff. I'd be doing a better job. I'm just saying. You should vote for me.
No, you made me laugh the last time too. Now, and that's basically.
I'm sorry I showed how to do it. I can just do what Trump does. I'm smarter than everyone. I'm fucking stupid.
If you would listen, if you would, I know you think you are, but if you listen to what not just he's saying, the people, his secretaries that are actually doing the.
You are a very dumb person. I just want to say that real quick. You are a very dumb person. Being so old and being so arrogant is really bad. I understand why you and your wife are fighting now. But like when it comes to the thing is like when they talk, I know they're dumbasses. I understand this stuff. So like when they say tariffs are gonna bring back American manufacturing, do you think that's gonna happen?
You know what? I don't know, and I don't think you know either.
I know there's no point. So when we look at the information we have available to us, there is no point in human history.
Has prices gone up yet? There's no
point where these tariffs at this level had a positive impact on the economy. During Trump's last term, So when you tariff things like copper, if you want Americans to produce batteries, you don't tariff copper because that makes input costs. Input costs are costs you put into a business to produce other things
Yes,
and
yes.
products.
So it makes
So
it
when you increase,
affordable for
when you
companies here to make it.
no, it makes it more expensive if we have a
You know,
global economy and you
I'm from
tariff goods.
Pennsylvania,
It
and
lowers
I
our
and I
manufacturing output. It makes it worse
I'm
and
from
actually lowers our jobs. It makes our jobs worse because it becomes more
I'm,
expensive to
I'm
do
from
business in America.
Pennsylvania,
It makes
and I
American
worked
businesses less
nine
competitive.
years. I worked 9 years in the commercial equipment industry, selling to U.S. Steel and those companies. Wow, even the paperclip companies were closing down that were in business for 50 years, 100
Yeah,
years.
they all went to
I
the other
mean,
countries. Like we started doing
yeah.
higher paying jobs like making batteries in America with like higher level manufacturing, and other countries got the low level jobs.
Well, yeah, let them make T-shirts and socks. I agree
Yeah,
with
but we
that.
made batteries. That's a good thing. If we make solar panels and batteries instead of, t-shirts, that's a good thing. We get paid more. We have better conditions. We have more energy, cheaper energy.
And I agree with that, and that's what he's trying to do.
Oh, dude. Okay, the big beautiful bill makes green energy and batteries and solar panels harder to produce, and it kills our manufacturing base for scientific technology in general. Like it's really that's why Elon Musk is against the current bill because it kills his businesses as well. But like the Trump's
Well, he quit.
bill is killing American
He's not
manufacturing.
getting rebates. He's not getting his $7,000
No, but
rebate
that's
for
the
cars, so it's making it
no.
harder
Okay,
to
so I
sell.
would agree we shouldn't give Elon Musk huge defense
Right?
contracts for Starlink, but like or for SpaceX. But when it comes to like tax credits, what I just said about building stuff in America, it's actually good to give those things to the proper businesses to encourage American development of technologies. To have American companies, you need to give tax credits and other subsidies. Like the Chips and Science Act Biden did, it helped us bring back semiconductors and chip producing in America. Or to start it here, Biden like tripled American manufacturing investments. Now those plants are being built and completed now in states like West Virginia and some in Pennsylvania and mostly red states. But Biden had a real industrial policy. If Trump did that, I think we'd be giving him credit. But he's like not doing that.
Well, if Biden really did that, he did a lot of other horrible stuff too.
Well, you just
I
like
mean,
trust what the politicians tell you, though.
you guys praise Biden. I mean,
I don't.
you, it's,
The
you're gonna.
policies, though.
I'm
I
gonna have
praise
to
the
wait 10
policies, not
years, and
Biden.
I'm gonna wait 5 years and call you back and see if you still think that.
No, I praise the policies. I don't care about Biden. I don't care about personalities. I know the policies are good.
Oh, okay. So it's okay for Biden not to have a good personality, but it's not okay for Trump to have a bad personality.
No, okay, so I can critique Trump and his policies without talking about Trump at all. He is a terrible person, which is why I think people should never use him as a leader. He's a terrible leader. He's a piece of shit. But his policies are bad on their own. I could talk about just the policies alone. I don't got to talk about him.
Well, no, you kept on bringing them up. So, but
Well,
anyway,
he's a piece of shit.
getting back to the tents that are in Florida and stuff. I'm sorry, I don't care what you say, they're wrong. And yeah, they have backups sitting there waiting. They dumped a lot of them. I wish I got that contract selling that equipment. That
Yeah, I
guy's a
know.
millionaire
Well,
now.
DeSantis' donors are making off with a pretty penny. That's why DeSantis is going to do it for the private prison complex and the private detainment center complexes. They're making a big buck off this. That's the big thing about it. They're selling merch. So like
Yeah,
in
it's all
America,
federal funding.
it's a lot of state too, but they're spending tons of money on this for really dumb reasons. For them in the middle of nowhere, they could be making it somewhere else, but they converted this facility, which is like a airstrip essentially, for the purpose of it being brutal, to call it something like Alligator Alcatraz. Like they made a big show out of it. It's for propaganda purposes. They could have built something somewhere else easily.
Well, boo-hoo for prisoners. I'm sorry. I feel that way, but I do.
Well, there's innocent
look,
people in
but
these, but these are innocent people in these areas. It's like a technicality where the government says they have no more legal status here. Like there's people who are doing it the right way, like coming here the right way in these cages. That's the big thing we're having a problem with right now.
First off, as soon as you cross that border, and you're illegal, basically crash the border.
Well, they're not any
and
illegal,
then,
but
and
they
then
can do something illegally.
and then you get a court date. They weren't even getting court dates. A lot of them. They're letting so many in. They're
No,
catching
okay,
and
so
releasing them.
this is why we disagree, because you don't understand what's going on. You don't understand that
Oh, I
people are
don't?
here on work permits. So, for example, someone could be on a work permit. ICE shows up and says, guess what? Last night we took away your status here, and we're going to put you in the van, an unmarked, unidentified van. These people are going through the legal process. They might be seeking asylum or something else.
Well,
And ICE
if
agents
they
are
have a
ripping them out of
work
their
permit
homes.
and it's good, and it's good, and they keep it up to date and all. I agree.
But
They
that's what the
shouldn't
protests
bother
are
us.
about. But the Trump admin is lying to you.
No,
the
it's
protests are
not.
about
They-
them taking
no,
innocent
it's not.
people and putting them in cages.
protests-
Yeah.
The protests have targeted, and you know what's happening? If the local governments and the state, local police, state would cooperate.
They do cooperate
with
on
ICE,
criminals.
with
You don't
ICE,
understand this either.
no,
Trump lies to you so much. Do you think they don't cooperate on criminals?
You got Beard on TV fighting.
You don't think
telling,
they don't cooperate on
them to
criminals,
get out.
though?
We don't want you here.
You don't think they?
They're
Yeah.
tell-
Do you know why?
they're
Do you know why
telling
they're
them to
saying that?
fight 'em.
You know what they're saying?
Well, give me
This is
your
a big
excuse.
issue because you don't know what the hell's going on, but you have an opinion.
No,
on
I'm
it.
not. Apparently not.
The reason,
Apparently
do you know what
not.
sanctuary cities are?
Oh, absolutely. Means
What
you
are
can
they?
live there, be a criminal, and live there and get away with it.
Nope, it doesn't. What do sanctuary cities mean? Because you don't understand
What,
this.
they
That's
pay
why
your
your wife is mad
hospital
at you.
bills. You can go
Nope,
to school
no.
free.
Okay,
tutors,
so you know what the
you got
purpose of a
hotels,
sanctuary city is for law enforcement.
houses.
You know what
they
the purpose
give you
is.
free money.
Hey, focus, eye on the ball.
No, no.
So
they
when we
make
talk
life
about,
easy
hey, do you
for
want to know what it is? Do you want to know what it is?
Yeah, that's who you're.
So for the local law enforcement, it's essentially saying that they're going to focus on keeping the streets safe from crime. They are not going to participate when ICE says you have to help us do a raid of a Home Depot or we're going to go raid a foster home. The local law enforcement focuses on crime. If someone's in, LA or something and they have a question about their documentation, they can tell a cop if there's some crime happening without fear of that cop deporting them. Sanctuary cities actually decrease crime in big cities, but Republicans act like this is like a haven that allows crime to fester. And by the way, LA has given thousands of illegal immigrants who have committed violent offenses in America. They have handed them over to DHS and ICE. They do cooperate on criminals. They just don't cooperate on brutalizing people who are not criminals. And that's what the Trump admin's mad at, because the Trump admin wants to get high quota numbers because they go for high scores. They want to brutalize immigrants.
I got friends that retired and moved out there and were out there a year and came back because the streets are not safe. There's needles, there's baggies, there's homeless.
Cities have issues. We're talking about immigration policy. We're talking about why we don't like ICE right now.
We just told me to have sanctuary cities because they want to keep them safe.
Yeah, it keeps them safer. It doesn't mean there's no problems. Red states have a much higher crime rate than blue states, by the way. Alabama's crime rate is twice what California's is, but we don't talk about that in the same way.
Well, Alabama's you can't compare Alabama to anything.
Red states in general have a much higher crime rate, though. That's the thing. They drain. But like my main point here is like
either. These
cities have ICE. Yes, it is very true. I could look up the number of states and the highest crime rates is going to be mostly red states. I guarantee you. It's going to be the same for education levels. Red states have the worst education. Red states on average live shorter lives than blue.
And prove it to me. I got off the phone and looked it up, and buddy, you weren't right all the time. You were close, but you weren't right.
I'm
all
very
the time.
close. I'll take close. Now, when we talk about ICE, though, like when a city, like a lot of police officers are pro sanctuary city, by the way, because they don't want to do a job of an immigration enforcer, as well as going after violent crime. So like they still work on immigration if they are, if there's an issue with violent criminals, or something like that, but they're just not going to be ripping people out of their homes. And the big thing we have issues with right now is there's DACA recipients, there's asylum seekers, there are people here on a green card who are being attacked for their speech against Israel, for example. Like all these people are being attacked by ICE right now, and ICE has a bigger military budget now than most militaries globally. It's like $50 billion per year. We're going into a worse national debt, and we're doing it so we can go get farm workers. If you want to give them a date to leave or something, that's fine. You can do that legally, but we are against the militarization of ICE and disobeying local laws.
A lot of them they already have, and a lot of them they don't give them a chance to give them a date to leave. That's our
issue. But our issue is you have to be giving people, like, if you lead people into an immigration court hearing and they come and they do it the right way, because they do check-ins every couple of months for these immigration courts. If you have ICE agents hiding there, you are discouraging people from doing it the legal way.
So
if you're going to be
ICE agents were hiding all this stuff when they were moving people out for Obama.
I don't know exactly what this policy was under Obama. I have more familiarity with Biden.
Republicans
but
are a bunch of crybabies and
the
whiners.
thing we're complaining, dude, all they do is whine about everything. They don't do problem solving whatsoever.
What are you doing? Your whole
the president they love,
nothing but complaining.
Yeah, I'm complaining about actual things.
Trump
just cries about people. They're so unfair to me. They're so mean to me. I don't like people that are mean to me. That's all he says. Now I'm talking about specific issues with the treatment of people in America.
Well, you know what? he has been wronged. That whole Russian thing and the laptop. You could go on and on. I know you're not going to believe me. You're going to say he's a liar, but that stuff's all been proven, and that was
Well,
proven
wait, what's been
in
proven?
Biden's DOJ. The Russian collusion thing. He wasn't on Russia's side, and that held him up for 2 years. I'll tell you
Trump
what,
did have Russian agents working for him. That was proven 100%.
No, it was not.
Paul Manafort.
See,
Look up. Okay, I want you to do some. Look up Paul Manafort.
now you're
Okay.
lying.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry,
Google.
but I'm calling you a
Google.
liar.
Okay. Google Paul Manafort for me when you get off here later on. Okay. Google
You
Paul
got
Manafort and
you
Google.
got Manafort.
Google.
Manafort's a big joke.
Google Flynn. Google General Flynn. Manafort ran his campaign in 2016 after being a Russian spy for 10 years. Look this stuff up. It's easy, accessible information. I'm not even kidding.
Well,
like you just look this stuff up. So there was a reason to investigate Trump, and he does love Putin, and he's mad at him now. He's supporting Ukraine, but it's probably more Israel because Trump loves Israel more than Russia. But
well, they do a lot more for us than Ukraine ever did. Except Ukraine always took our money, and it disappeared.
wait, who does? Who does more for us?
We had better relationships with Israel than
You're
we do
saying
with
Ukraine takes our money, but Israel does not.
Well, no,
What?
no, I didn't say that. I said we have better relationship than we do with Ukraine.
Well, okay. Well,
yeah.
Ukraine, we're helping them defend themselves. Israel, we're helping. I mean, they're trying to lead us into a war with Iran. So
Yeah, well, we could go back in when Biden was in office and there was money all flying around there and stuff, and it's all disappeared.
well,
and,
Trump is getting
you
paid
could
off
go
by
into a lot of
Syria. He's getting
stories.
paid off by Saudi Arabia. He's getting paid off by Qatar. Like he's getting.
He's not getting paid off by anybody. The man doesn't need
Okay, so
money. Are
Syria.
you crazy?
pff,
Do you know he doesn't get paid?
Do you know Trump
He
just
donates
became a
it?
billionaire? You know Trump just became a billionaire now for the first time ever.
So?
Off of his cryptocurrency that he used the White House to push. So in Syria, for example, Syria had sanctions on them. All right, Syria had sanctions until they gave
That's
Trump.
his kids running. That's his kids running the business.
Until they gave.
Go ahead.
Okay. Syria had sanctions. All right, they agreed on a Trump Tower for Syria. The next day, Syria's sanctions were gone. Is that just a coincidence or is it weird?
Well, but it's okay for Biden to give Iran $60 billion.
But okay, the same thing happened with
$1 billion.
Qatar. The same thing happened with Qatar. Trump wants to give Iran money too, and giving Iran their
Well,
funds
he's
back
try-
with a nuclear deal is a
Well,
good thing.
they
It avoids
got-
war,
they
like
got-
Obama was trying to do.
They'll be good for trading. They got those people got lots of money. So I don't
Well,
think
Qatar,
Trump's
I'm just
there.
saying, like, he's building his own properties in these countries and removing sanctions and doing trade deals as a result, or the Qatar plane. He's taking gifts and he's getting properties in these countries in return. I mean, or he's getting something in return for that.
If they could prove any
Using the
of that, he'd be
presidency.
out of office right now.
No, he
be
wouldn't.
president.
He would not be.
He would.
I mean, he was elected again after doing all the shit he did the first term, so I'm not sure that's exactly true, but.
No. I mean, those guys. They used to back in Reagan and all. They used to exchange gifts, fancy rifles and handguns and hats and all kinds of stuff, pictures, and that's against the law totally now. They're not allowed to do that. So, and that big airplane that he got from Qatar, that went into the Air Force.
Well, no, it goes into his
own.
own private holdings after 2 years once he's out of office. So, like, I don't think people would even care if they accepted it and it was in the American system and America got it, but Trump gets it after he's out of office, after 2 years, and we pay to refine it.
I haven't read that yet either.
Yeah, that was the entire
I don't
plan.
believe-
It's going to go into his library, his own personal holdings.
I don't believe nothing I see on TV. My wife gets mad because she'll come in and she blows up when Fox is on, but then when I'm watching CNN, she don't say a word. So I mean, and they both lie. All these.
Well, Fox
stations,
just said that the
they're
Texas floods were
misleading.
caused by DEI, so they lie a lot more.
Who what?
Fox said the Texas floods were caused by DEI.
The what are caused by?
The Texas floods, the floods in Texas.
Oh, is that right? I didn't hear that yet either.
I mean, yeah, they claim that, but they just made it really bad. It's whatever.
How can you blame any weather scenarios on anybody? That's a
Um, uh,
thing of nature.
so like in Texas, the local Republican officials refused to build an alarm system that could have helped alert people to get them to evacuate. So that's one preventative measure that could have helped. And Trump's FEMA response was delayed by 72 hours as well. With Kristi Noam, the Barbie. So like, there are things you can
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
She's a joke.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Epstein stuff, really quick?
The Epstein, I don't know. I've been curious. I just happened to catch right before I called you that somebody published a list. I don't know if it's really a real list or not, or somebody made it up, but there's a lot of names on there. A lot of names, interesting names, including Trump. There's a whole lot of names on this list I just saw.
Oh,
But
that was available already. So that's like that's a list of people that were like on the flight logs.
right.
Supposedly another list that they're hiding, that would have names of people that got services from Epstein. So that's not out.
Yeah, well, they should show that, just like they should have showed the Kennedy stuff, and they still haven't shown all of them yet either. The government should definitely be more open, and that's just not one side. Both sides do it. I mean, come on. I mean,
But I
we're
was
not
told like
smart
people had
enough to
to.
know. We're just a bunch of dumb plumbers and HVAC guys.
No, I just thought
You
like
know.
people elected Trump because Trump was supposed to be different. Like he was supposed to be anti-establishment.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know that. I don't know if he is total
Well,
establishment.
like down the list of things,
Some
I mean,
establishments love him and some hate him. They
well,
don't all love
he's
him.
cutting taxes for the wealthy. He made it cheaper to buy private jets. He's increasing our
He's
national
cutting
debt by $5
taxes for
trillion
us too.
dollars.
Oh, are
But
you self-employed? Are you self
so
besides
like,
this thing?
well,
Are
I
you
make a lot of
okay,
I do independent contracting for delivering stuff. So that's I have to.
okay, so you might know, do you do your own taxes, or you sit down with somebody and do them, or is
No,
that
I do my own.
yeah, so do I. And I had like 8 guys working for me. And to make a long story short, when and this is no lie, and this is why I don't understand my wife hating the Republicans so much. When the Republicans are in office, us small business guys pay less in taxes, and I mean a lot less. We get loopholes like the big guys do. But when the Democrats come in, holy shit! Every time you turn around, you're getting something in the mail saying you got to pay
The
this and you got to
issue
pay
with
that,
everying is, so like
and
they
that's no
tried
lie.
passing. The Democrats tried passing an amendment where the working class and small businesses get the tax cuts, but we don't cut taxes for anyone making like $1 billion or more. And Republicans rejected it. Our national debt's going to go up by $5 or $6 trillion. That's going to increase inflation. That's going to make our borrowing much more expensive. It's going to make our, make us pay on interest a lot more. So we're increasing our national debt. We're decreasing. We're kicking 17 million people off their health care, which is going to
Well, this is where the tariffs
cause a lot of hospitals to shut down.
the tariffs are supposed to come in. But you know what? I agree with that because I know a lot of people that when I was a young guy, even I remember going to unemployment for a couple months, and you see these ladies pulling up in a freaking Mercedes, parking in the handicap, right out front, going in with I don't even know how much it costs to get fingernails done. Somebody told me I think it'd be like $200.
But cutting
today.
Medicaid wouldn't even
All
change
this
that. Like
fancy
cutting
stuff.
Medicaid is healthcare. Like that wouldn't affect anyone money wise.
Yeah, but a lot of you know what? They're smart because the Social Security that I get.
No, I mean you don't get
Uh,
Medicaid checks. I'm talking about Medicaid and healthcare that's being cut from people.
yeah,
Most
yeah.
Medicaid
I know.
recipients are workers
Medicaid is health, and I know what
and
Medicaid is.
disabilities, but they're cutting that for
And
17 million people.
with my wife and mine combined retirement that we Social Security that we get, we're $200 shy of being able to get food stamps, any Medicaid, any kind of help like that. We can't get nothing for free. So yeah, they do kind of screw you that way. They know what they're doing, you know.
No, but like
And
we're going into a lot of debt as a country, more debt to not do anything.
oh, it's horrible. It's horrible.
But Trump is making it
Yeah.
worse than anyone ever. Like Republicans increase the debt far more than Democrats do.
Well, that one bill that Biden did increase the debt by like what was it, $7-9 trillion
Most of the stuff
over 10
Biden
years?
does, well, most of the stuff Biden does was paid for, but the issue was Trump's tax cuts
No.
already were in place, so our debt's gonna grow. I mean, yeah. All right, I appreciate the
Well,
call. I'm probably gonna head to bed in a
yeah.
second there, but I do appreciate it.
All right, man. You take it easy now. Don't
All right.
forget those HVAC units do keep them places cool, and they're prisoners. See ya.
They shouldn't be prisoners. They should not be in a prison for working in America. Hot take. I don't think a mom that's raising her kids should be considered to be a prisoner. Hot take in America. I think that person is a human being. Hot take. Kate, on the Home Depot point, I'm just saying they have detained people working there on legal work permits as well. So when I say going into Home Depot, I still want to have the imagery of someone working at Home Depot. I'm not going to adjust it if that makes sense, because it still is happening that people are working their jobs on work permits and having them revoked. Like the whole Abrego Garcia deportation case is resting on he had a work permit and they're going to take it away and deport him. So even if they went and arrested him working as a sheet metal apprentice, that still is a huge group that people are mad about, especially because that shows that even people on a work permit are not safe. It's not only undocumented people that are outside looking for random work that are being targeted. It's also people who have legal status in America. That's the whole point of me saying that. I understand what you're saying, though. All right, let me check my phone really quick. I gotta get up early. See, like, you see everyone saying he was still here illegally. Like, that's just not true. So I want to focus on the fact that, like, Abrego Garcia was here legally. He was here legally on a work permit. Thank you for $5, Sri. Thank you, Sri, for $5 in Venmo. Sri's every day just sent me with the $5, the fives. All right, I gotta wake up early, so I'm gonna head out. This was a little bonus stream. I had a little bit of extra time today. I gotta travel, but I wanted to get on here quick for a little bit. I had some good calls, I guess. Was he compliant in that permit? Yes, he was doing every single check-in. He was doing every check-in. That's why the Trump admin said they made a mistake when they deported him, especially to El Salvador. Trump not taking a salary is great. He already spent 270 years of presidential salary golfing. Trump was golfing during that flood in Texas, and he never spoke about it until like a day or two later. He could not even be bothered. It just sounds ignorant when you say they're targeting Home Depots for their employees. Well, I would say that I'm sorry you think it's ignorant, but when it comes to my political messaging, that's not a portion that I care about. I'm selling the idea that they're going after people who are under legal protections. They are going at people who are working legally in industries as well that are still paying taxes with ITINs. So like it still is happening. And they're detaining people. The big issue here is like when they go to Home Depot and they go for day laborers, they grab everyone. So even if you're a worker there, you'll be walking in for your shift and you're going to be detained most likely. And then they use an advantage if you don't have papers on you and whatever else. So like there are people being caught up in these operations. That's probably the biggest criticism as well, is just random people being caught up and beat up and detained and tear gassed, and like a random person had their door blown off. And Paul is a Trump sexual. You lost your job to a Mexican that doesn't speak any English. Damn, you must suck, dude. You must suck. You must suck. You must suck at your job. Holy shit. They don't even speak English. They don't even speak English and you lost your dude. What a what a loser. Holy shit. What a loser, bro. What a loser. Holy crap, dude. How did you wait? R-word illegals? Hey, if they're so R-worded, then I think you might have them beat, bro. How are you failing so much? I thought they were violent criminal animals. How are they stealing your job if they're? How are they incapable violent criminal animals who are also stealing your job? How are they both? Can you please explain? Or they work the same job for half the income. Oh, you're against American hard work. You don't work hard enough, dude. Dude, if you're against the minimum wage going up, you can't talk about this at all. We should legalize them. You're right. Let's legalize them so they cannot be paid under the table. You're right. Well, you should get better. I'm sorry that America doesn't want you. Sorry. There's an illegal named Melania. Why can't we hear the caller? You know what? I like the idea of someone watching the stream that does not understand. They don't understand the concept of talking to the chat. So you talk to the chat and they just think I'm talking to a person on the phone and having a conversation. They just don't know I'm reading. Coming from the Uber driver. Yeah, sorry I do multiple jobs, dude. Sorry I grind like an American. You're out here losing your job to a Mexican that doesn't speak English, and I'm out here working multiple jobs. Get on my level, you dick. Get on my level. What are you doing? And you say you're an American that believes in capitalism? I bet. Caller extra based. You like cheap labor? Nope. Trump does. Trump is the one giving... Didn't Trump say he's giving ownership rights? Trump said he's giving ownership rights to farmers. Ship this dweeb to Israel. That's wild. Do you think he's vetting the callers? You know, that's a good thing for me if you think I'm vetting them. You know what? You didn't lose your job? Oh, yeah, sure. If you didn't lose your job, why are you commenting such loser comments in my YouTube Shorts chat? That is unemployed activities. You was ice aging 3 years ago? Yeah, you was. What has the Democrats done? Do you guys speak English? Like, I'm sorry, but... What has... I was... I was ice aging 3... What the... We speak English in this country? You must have no job to believe your idiocracy. You must have no job. Nice. Thank you whoever was on my TikTok live stream. I have 3 viewers on there and I have 5,000 likes. Someone was just hitting the like button. Thank you. I really appreciate the efforts that you gave me. You tried your best and I really do appreciate that. That's wild. Nice, Krusty. Blitz between chats. Is this your job? It's one of my many jobs. Alright, have a good night, guys. See you guys on Saturday. For a Saturday stream. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for donating. Thank you for everythings. Do you want to play Fortnite? Nah, I'm bad at Fortnite now. I was good at Fortnite back in the day. I have some highlight clips. I'll find them then for you guys. I'll find them for you. I have some really good highlight clips. I was pretty crazy in the first Modern Warzone. Modern Warzone. Modern Warfare Warzone. I have some good highlights from there. I used to stream Call of Duty a little bit. I haven't played Call of Duty in a few days, a few years, really, since, yeah. All right, see you guys. Thank you.